We are coming to you from the beautiful city, Chicago, Illinois, where tonight, WGN Sports on the U presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Canerco, Alex Rios, Carlos Quentin and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Miguel Cabrera, Carlos Guillen, and the Detroit Tigers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you Game 2 of this three-game series. In the opener last night, everything was going along just fine. Gavin Floyd was really dealing out there. He went 6 innings, giving up just 1 run. Struck out 8, and then the 7th came along, and poof, they scored 6 times, and they win that ball game 7-2. So the Sox are 1-1 on the season against the Tigers, and tonight, Freddie Garcia.
Couldn't have a better man on the mound than Freddie Garcia. The last couple of starts against good hitting teams, Tampa Bay and Texas, he was absolutely unhittable. And he's 17-6 lifetime against these Tigers, so he goes in with a lot of confidence. He's thrown the ball better than anybody on the staff. He's 5-3 this year, and his ERA keeps coming down with every start. On the other side of the field, Rick Porcello is trying to grow into his body. That sounds kind of strange, but he's a youngster who gained 15 pounds. He's actually much stronger, much broader than he was last year. He had a great sinker last year. He was 14-9. This year, he's thrown the ball harder, and it's ruined his sinker. So they're battling that with him and trying to get him to throw a slider and a straight change. He's 4-5 this year, his ERA up over 5. That's not the guy that last year dominated a whole lot of teams in this league, so it's a good one to win tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Chicago White Sox baseball on WGN TV is sponsored in part by the Illinois Lottery Mega Millions. Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is worth $36 million. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting, provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader. Ozzie Guillen Jr. and Omar Ramos handled the broadcast on WRTO, and we're happy to be providing their feed on our SAP channel. So the Tigers will line up this way. It'll be Jackson leading it off, and Damon, Rayburn, Cabrera, Bosch, who hit a towering home run last night, then Guillen, Inge, Avila, and Worth at shortstop. The defense and how they'll line up behind Freddie Garcia left to right, Pierre Rios and Quinton in the infield, Vizquel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Canerco, Castro behind the plate, and Freddie Garcia on the hill looking for win number 6. His ERA a touch below 5 on for the 11th start. He's been brilliant recently. It's a beautiful night for baseball. No clouds, no rain in evidence. And the umpires tonight. At home plate, Brian O'Nora, Scott Berry is at first, Phil Cuzzy is at second, and Jerry Crawford is at third. So we show you a beautiful ballpark on a great night for baseball. And we are ready to kick it off. I turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over WCIU Channel 26. WGN Sports over the year. So Austin Jackson gets ready to lead it off. Young 25-year-old center fielder comes in hitting at 318, a homer. He's driven in 14. And the big right-hander's first pitch is up high. As I mentioned in the opening, these two teams have played 2 games and they have split them. Breaking ball strike, and the count evens at 1. Vizquel at the cut of the grass at third. Pauly halfway and off the line at first. And that has popped up right side. Beckham. He is there for out number 1.
Talking with Jim Leland before the game and Gene Lamont, they said they've only put in a couple of left-handers tonight because looking at the splits, Freddie's had a lot more success with the left-handers because of that good straight change he has.
Here's Damon hitting at 274. Takes ball 1. Tigers come in hitting at 270 as a club with a 4.05 ERA. Pitch fouled away. They are 13 and 17 on the road and 17 and 10 at Comerica Park.
They find themselves 3.5 games in back of Minnesota. We're 9.5 games in back of the Twins.
He snaps it. Over to Pauly. 2 down. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gap, send 400 straightaway center.
Freddie might be the most relaxed pitcher I've seen in a long time. Looks to me like he's trying to lull the opposition to sleep. Not a whole lot of tension as you look at him.
Well, Freddie is 42 games over 500 in his career.
That's an amazing accomplishment. And he's a completely different pitcher now. He's had to be than in the glory days when he had the big fastball.
Well, they have been not a bunch, but a few pitchers who have hurt their arms, hurt their shoulders, hurt their elbows, who were real hard throwers and come back and became soft tossers and still pitched another 10 years. Frank Tanana was one. Frank Tanana has some of the greatest stuff that you ever want to see. He had a 95, most of them a 95 mile an hour slider. He gone. A 1-2-3 inning for Freddie, and after a half inning play, it's Detroit nothing, and the good guys coming to bat.
And is going to line up his White Sox tonight with Pierre leading it off. Vizquel hitting second, then Rios, Canerco, Quinton, Tate, Ramirez, Castro, and Gordon Beckham playing second base and hitting ninth. The defense. Left to right, Rayburn, Jackson, and Bosch in the infield. Inge, Ward, Guillen, and Cabrera. Alex Avila behind the plate. And Rick Porcello on the hill. He's 4-5. His ERA up over 5 on for the 12th start. Opponents really clobbering him, a .315 batting average. There you look at the numbers, 81 hits in 61 2/3 innings. That is a big number.
And before we show you our Dodge picks to click, you at home select yours as Juan Pierre stands in, hitting at .258, takes first pitch strike from the 21-year-old right-hander. There's a little three-hopper. Guillen's got him.
That's probably a very good sign to Rick Knapp, the pitching coach. He's a guy that's been trying to get Porcello to throttle back. He came to spring training with a lot more velocity this year. It was ruining his sinker, which is what he used almost exclusively last year. Last year they took away his curveball, made him a sinker slider pitcher, and he was 14-9.
High and wide to Vizquel. Omar hitting at .225. He was 0 for 4 last night. And lifetime off Porcello, 2 for 4. Tries to lay it down the third baseline. And the count 1-1.
Porcello, a first-round draft pick in 2007. He probably should have been a top 5 pick, but dropped to 27 to the Tigers because of his monetary demands. They met them, and he got to the big leagues in a hurry.
Out of Chester, New Jersey. Outfield short, swung around to the left, and there's another souvenir left side.
He played his first year at Lakeland. Went to spring training in '09. They told Jim Leland he was too young. He said, I thought we're supposed to take 12 of our best. He's one of our best.
Gets him on a high breaking ball. 2 down. And right now, let's check out our Dodge picks to click. Demands our director and crew. I'm with Castro. Steve's going with Canerco, and Roy Rivas and his crew take care of us each and every home game. We're going to go with Alex Rios, who's at the plate. So for more information on our entire vehicle lineup, log on to Dodge.com and stop by your Chicagoland or Northwest Indiana Dodge dealer. Takes ball 1, does Alex. Alex 0 for 6 lifetime off Porcello. Little tardy right there.
We haven't seen the slider yet, and that's the pitch that Porcello uses as his breaking ball.
High in the center, 1-2-3 inning for Porcello after 1. No score. First pitch misses to Miguel Cabrera, leading off here in the second. Cabrera comes in hitting at .344 with 17 long ones and 52 driven in. There's the strike. Cabrera has faced Freddie 14 times, has 5 hits, 3 of which have stayed in the park. Off the end of the bat. Easy little two-hopper right there to Paulie, 1 out.
Freddie changing speeds very well, as has been his pattern. As he's got more successful, he's throwing the ball a whole lot slower. Talking to Freddie after his last start, he said, keep changing up, they keep swinging. There's no reason to do anything different.
Here's Brennan Bosch. Freddie's been, thank goodness for Freddie, is a better way to put it.
Been amazing.
Bosch hit a line drive home run over that center field fence, and that ball is hit deep into left center, and it's out of here. So it is 1-0 Tigers on his 7th homer.
He showed us last night just how strong he is. He was supposed to come up here for a very short period of time. He came up with a reputation of being a free swinger, a guy who literally had a nose-to-toe strike zone, and Tigers thought that he would be here for a couple of weeks, maybe 3, and then go back down. Jim Leland said that he loves this kid's approach, which is swing at everything in the zone and swing as hard as you can. And he's got big power.
Well, that 3-run homer he hit last night against the wind, a line shot over that center field wall. That was a nice display of how powerful he is.
Well, that was a night in last night's game where Cabrera hit a couple of balls that probably would have been out of the park any other night.
1-1 to count to Guillen. He was 3 for 5 last evening with a homer. He comes in hitting at .290, 3 homers and 16 knocked in. And that's a soft pop up. Beckham. 2 down. That'll bring up to third baseman Brandon Inge, 33-year-old veteran. He is 10 for 48 lifetime off Freddie with a couple of homers. Takes first pitch strike on the season, hitting at .241, 6 homers and 25 knocked in. Second of a 3-game set. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:05 start. Johnny Danks against Max Scherzer, as there's a little base hit, softly hit into right center.
Scherzer last time out fanned 14, so he's coming off the heels of a terrific performance. Freddie keeps his ball away. Inge hits it off the end of the bat, just barely over the outstretched glove of Gordon Beckham.
And here is Alex Avila. Avila at 195, a couple of homers. He's driven in 3. Takes first pitch.
Tigers have gotten a grand total of 9 runs batted in out of their catching position. Combination of Laird and Avila. So that's been one of the major disappointments for this team. One of the reasons why they're trailing Minnesota by 3.5 games.
That ball hit in the center field. That's a can of corn for Alex, and that'll retire the side. But the home run by Brennan Bosch, his 7th, and it's 1-0 Bad Guys.
Yes. In Maglio's last 20 games, he's hitting .373 with 4 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Maglio Ordonez tonight. Toyota moving forward. Maglio out of the series so far. He has an oblique problem. And that's something that can linger a long time.
It'll be Konerko, Quinton, and Kotze. Crawley hitting at .280, 17 homers and 41 driven in. He has faced Porcello 6 times, has 3 hits, 1 homer. Takes it up high. Top of the 4th in Baltimore, 2-1 Orioles over the Yankees. Washington leading Pittsburgh 5-4. That game top of the 5th in D.C. Good pitch, good movement. Chasing him down, and the count 2-1.
Good fastball inside, moving in. Ball could do nothing with it.
Outfield, slided to the left, gap out there in right center. And that's in the left. Rayburn makes the catch for out number 1. And you can enjoy a day at beautiful US Cellular Field with your family and friends. Individual tickets for the Sox 2K10 season are on sale right now. So for tickets, visit whitesox.com or call 866-SOX-GAME. Here's Quinton. Carlos heading at .205, 7 homers. He's driven in 32.
That took the mask right off Avila. And then Brian O'Nora will go out, take as much time as Avila will need to compose himself. That will startle you.
Besides that, it'll get your attention.
Well, O'Nora asks Avila if he's okay. He's going to give him as much time as he needs because he knows the feeling, because it happens to umpires almost every game.
The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, no. Carlos 2 for 5 lifetime off Porcello. And he was 0 for 4 last evening. Softly hit to Guillen, and that's out number 2.
It's the first time we've seen their shortstop. And Danny Worth is a good defender. They don't have his offensive challenges, but apparently he can go get him in the infield. Got a strong arm, very accurate. And anything that keeps Santiago out of the game, I'm in favor of.
Here's Kotze. Mark had a 2-run homer last night. Worth out of Valencia, California. And the count 2-0. That is foul. Watch out. Oh, boy.
Boy, nice effort by Rayburn as he took the long slide. He's going to have quite a strawberry from that one.
Where's the zinc oxide when you need it?
He knows where he is. He has to hit the deck. That ball wasn't fouled by that much. Watch the ball.
There's a chopper, one hopper. So that is 6 up, 6 down for Porcello.
I'm here with Tommy Lasorda. You probably know him. Was a fairly good manager in his day. He's got a few world championships to show for it and a lifetime in baseball. And Tommy, I know you're here for a very good reason. You're here, I know, with Michael Milken, and it's about prostate cancer. And every time we get close to Father's Day, this rolls around. So tell us a little bit something about the money raised for a wonderful cause.
Well, between now and Father's Day, every home run that is hit, we get money from it. And when it's all over, whatever we have made, he matches it. So this guy has put his time, his energy, and his money right where it belongs. And if there's anybody who's going to find a cure for prostate cancer, it's going to be him, Steve. I'll tell you, he's worked so hard to get to this thing to find out. It's a silent killer. And ever since we started 14 years ago, I've been with him, we have cut many of the deaths that occurred before. And we still got a long way to go yet. But if you catch it in time, you can be safe. But if you don't, then it's fatal. It kills you. And you don't know if you have it or not, because I asked Joe Torre. I said, Joe, what did you feel? Did you feel anything when you had it? He said, no. He said, luckily I took a test, and he said, I found out that I had it. So that's what we try to do. We try to urge everybody, go get a test. Find out. It don't take a very short time to do it, but find out if you have it or if you don't. It's better that way. And then you'll save yourself and probably save a lot of other people. So I think that's what we're trying to do. We've been doing it for the last 14 years and doing it very well.
Well, it's just a case of awareness of what you have to do on a yearly basis, depending on your family history and your age. But it's something that I know that Michael Milken has devoted his life to. Tommy certainly give a great deal of time and effort to this particular cause. They've raised an exceptional amount of money. And for individuals, you can make a pledge to Home Run Challenge by calling 1-800-798-CURE, which is 798-2873, or going online at www.pcf.org. Pledges range for 25 cents per home run to $1,000 or $10,000. Whatever you can give, we certainly appreciate it. And Tommy, we appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you. And every dollar that is collected goes for research. Michael's got the greatest doctors in the world working on this project.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve, and it's good to see you again.
And happy Father's Day.
Do they know you were once a Cy Young Award winner in this town?
Buck reminds them every now and then. Thank you, Tommy.
Okay, Steve. Good seeing you again.
You too.
Tommy, great to see you, buddy. You take care of yourself. Yeah. Michael, good to see you again, buddy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for the good work that you do, the great work that you do. Yeah, and he called up, and we had a nice little conversation. Oh, she is a sweetheart. He was a good man. Good man. Right here, we got a problem. We got a man on first and third, only one out. We trailing 1-0 here in the top of the third. And Ryan Rayburn at the plate. He struck out on a changeup his first trip. And that's back. We will see you next year for the 15th year that you guys have been working this. He will never change. He will never change. I've known Tommy since 1962. And that'll do it. He pitches out of it. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It is 1-0 Tigers. So it is still 1-0 Tigers. And for us, it'll be the lower third of our order. Ramirez, Castro, and Beckham will face Rick Porcello. That ball hit deep. Stay fair. He looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yeah. Yeah. Solo shot for Alexei, number 6. And this game is tied at 1.
RBI number 23, and it's a first ball fastball. Alexei hit it way back down the line. The only question is, would it stay fair long enough? Turned out to be fair by plenty. And Porcello, we talked about him getting the sinker up. This sinker was up. He didn't get it in far enough, and Alexei hit it out.
Now here's Castro. Takes up high ball 1. Ramon hitting at 227, a homer and he has driven in 4. There's a strike, and the count evens at 1. Outfield around to the right. Breaking ball just foul. Of course, with that home run by Alexei, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 67, so $6,700 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursa. Two and two the count. Alex, he missed it last night. I was standing out on the field. I thought about you and Ursa. There's a Matabatacola right there. Got plenty of time. And that's out number 1.
Ramon shattered the bat. Worth came and got it. That fastball did get inside enough. Worth playing it aggressively and gets in by plenty.
Boy, that one had great movement on it. That 2-0 fastball of Paulie had real good movement. That was a great movement. Beckham fouls it away right side. Gordon hitting at 199, a homer. He's driven in 12. Off the end of the bat, Worth throws him out. 2 down.
Outfield playing very shallow for Juan Pierre.
Corners in close. There's strike 1. And this foul. So into the count to Juan Pierre. A 1-1 tie. 1-4-0 for them. 1-1-0 for us here in the bottom of the 3rd inning if you're just tuning in.
Now that's an expanded strike zone. That ball was a good 1.5 feet maybe outside. Watch it again. Boy. That would have hit a right-hand batter.
Checks it up. And the count 1-2. He's something. He's fun to watch.
He spoils a lot of pitches.
I don't ever recall a White Sox player in my time here that fouled away more than he does. Like I said, the only guy I know in this league that probably fouls off as many, if not more, and that's Ichiro. 2 out in the 2-2 delivery. Softly hit. But the home run by Alexei Ramirez is 6th of the season. We are tied at 1. First pitch fastball outside to Miguel Cabrera, leading off here in the top of the fourth. He's 0 for 1. He had a little soft ground ball to first base.
He decides he wants a little more time. Last time he threw one of the softest changeups you'll ever see.
Well, Cabrera hit it just like he threw.
He hit it with just probably the last half inch of his bat.
Young man just turned 28. High pop up right side. Carlos. And it's out number 1. He just turned 28 years old and he's already got over 800 RBIs in the big leagues. That's quite an accomplishment.
Fortunately, he's had a hard time in this series. So far, he hasn't had a good swing against Freddie.
So here is Brennan Bosch. Hit a home run into the left center field seats. If you missed it, poof.
It appeared to be a backdoor breaking ball that he just waited for and unloaded.
That's up high. Now field slightly to the right, gap out there in left center. Top of the 6th in Baltimore, 2-1 Orioles over the Yankees. Top of the 7th in Cleveland, 3-0 Indians over the Red Sox. And the count 2-1. 25-year-old outfielder. And that is hit deep into left field. One right in front of the Comcast, makes a catch, yes! Jumps up, brings it back in. Nice time play by Juan Pierre.
Well, sometimes an outfielder will get too close to the wall, and then the wall hinders his jump. Juan times it perfectly. Goes up, takes a home run away from Bosch, would have been his second in 4 innings. Because that ball's going to be out of the park if he doesn't grab it.
You can see him feeling for that with his left hand. And Steve mentioned that is the one pitfall for outfielders is they jump and all of a sudden they stick their shoulder right into the wall.
Takes away that vertical leap.
In a hurry. Back to the middle. So again, Carlos now 1 for 2.
There's a look at the young man who possesses a world of offensive talent.
Here's Brandon Inge. Hit a little soft single in the right center field. That's the last thing you're going to look for off Freddie. First pitch, fastball right down the middle.
Especially when you're a dead fastball hitter like Inge.
Outfield straight up. And the count evens at 1. His lifetime hitter against us to 221. But he's had some big hits. He has 12 homers in his career against our Sox pitchers, 41 ribbies. Outfield about equidistant, straight up and spread out. Boy, not a cloud in the sky, just a beautiful evening here in the beautiful city. There's a rope into left. Juan can. Yes, he can. Again. A beautiful catch by Juan Pierre. Looked like that ball was going to hook away from him. He stays with it, makes the play, and that'll retire the side. Beautiful play by Juan. Omar Vizquel will lead it off here in the bottom of the fourth inning in this 1-1 tie. Takes that pitch up high. Omar struck out on a high breaking ball. Checks it up and the count 2-0. And even with the bag off the line at third. Outfield short, around to the left. It just does catch the outside edge of the outside corner.
They're playing Omar very similar to how they play Juan Pierre.
Back to the middle and into center field.
Here's our AT&T Uverse replay. And it's two catches by Juan Pierre. This one saves a run. That would have been a home run by Brendan Bosch. And this one ends the inning on a line drive by In. See what's new from AT&T. Visit www.att.com.
That'll bring up Alex Rios. Alex went out to his counterpart, Austin Jackson. All the way to the backstop. So that is the sixth wild pitch.
Tried to get a little something extra on this breaking ball. And no chance at all for Avila. This ball well wide of the plate. When it hits, it actually spins back in the opposite direction. And that ate him up and got by him.
Now Alex. And that's outside. 2-0.
And Avila will go out and warn Porcello about overthrowing it. That led to the last two pitches being well wide of the plate.
And Miller, $1 million pitch presented by Miller Lite. That's Friday, June 25th at 3:05. Sox against the Cubs. Miller Lite will give one lucky fan the chance to pitch for $1 million. So for tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. There's a strike, boring in on the inside corner. So it's 2-1. Kansas City leading Minnesota 2-1. That game in the bottom of the third at Target Field. That's going to get the job done. So now Omar is being held. Omar didn't read that one. Normally he does, but he didn't read that one.
Alex continues his hot hitting. This one hits softly in front of Bosch. Bosch has got a pretty good arm. Gets it to the cutoff man, and Jeff Cox decides with Omar not getting a good jump at second base with nobody out to hold him at third.
Well, if you're going to hit the cutoff man, in that case Carlos Guillen, or are you going to hit Brandon Inge, you better make sure that they can get it, because they're going to make an accurate throw to home plate. So here's Paulie. Paulie went out to left field. Takes it right there. Stone Pony's picked a click.
Against the Tigers, he's had a pretty good run at it in 178 games.
Paulie 2 for 2 last night with a couple of walks. And 0 for 1 this evening. That ball hit deep to left field. Stretch. He goes back. It's off the top of the wall. So Alex into third base. Paulie into second. Now the ball goes into right field. Here comes Alex. He'll score. And the Sox lead it 3-1. Yeah.
Javier number 42, as that one just misses going out of the ballpark. And then it gets a little adventuresome. This is a hanging curveball. Marcelo hasn't thrown many, but this is one of the big reasons why he's struggling this year. That ball goes off the wall. Rayburn gets it back in. No play at third. And then Inge throws it away. So he'll be charged with an error. That's his 5th of the year.
Well, you don't see that very often from Brandon Inge. He has an accurate arm. Made a low throw in there to Carlos Guillen. Carlos trying to take it to the right side. See, he short hopped him right there. Ian could not come up with it.
Carlos doing everything he can to get that ball to the right side.
Yeah.
Tried the inside out stroke.
Gotze on deck. Nice block right there by Avila. One and two the count to Carlos Quentin. Three runs, 4 hits, no errors for our Sox. 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 big error for their Tigers. Back through the middle and into center field. So we get a hold Paulie. Good job by Quentin. He was fighting all the way, trying to keep those hands inside.
All at bat, he was looking to hit the ball to the right side, eventually taking it right back up the middle on a fastball that was moving into him. So 4 hits in a row. Porcello still in trouble. The 21-year-old is really struggling here in the 4th inning.
Don't stop now, boys. Patsy grounded out to Cabrera at first. As he takes first pitch strike.
Bullpen up and going, and it's Eddie Bonine who's the long man for the Tigers. He started a few games for them over the last couple of years.
Another nice block by Avila. Big pitch coming up to 1-1. Just a decent lead by Girls. There's a shot base hit. And it's a 4-1 game. Quentin now is going to. He started, stopped, and goes back in.
RBI number 16 as Kotsay gets this one down on the inner portion of the plate and drives it to right field. You got to pick up your coach, because if he did, he'd probably be standing at third.
So that saves Bosch and Era. And here's Alexei. He homered leading off last inning. I don't think I've ever seen this.
What's that?
As he faked the bunt right there. Guy who homered last inning and goes up there and he's bunting this inning. As he hits him on the fist, jams him, pops him up right side, and that's out number 1. So 1 down. It'll bring up Ramon Castro, who grounded out to short. Sox with a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That ball hit deep. Stretch. Rayburn back. Looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes. A 3-run homer for Castro, and it's a 7-1 ball game. Mercy.
Second home run. He's driven in 7. Got that fastball out over the plate and rode it out of the park. When it's warm in this ballpark, it is extremely lively. A big 6-run 4th and only 1 out.
And here's Beckham. He grounded out to Danny Worth at shortstop. Takes first pitch strike. And that ball hit deep in the left center field. Stretch, get on back there. At the wall, it's off. Of Ted Lyons for the double.
8 men have come to the plate. 7 have hit safely. And here comes Jim Leyland, and that's going to be it for Rick Porcello, who was pounded here in the 4th.
All right. 6 runs have crossed the plate, and we'll be back.
Castro, hitting his second home run, this on a first ball fastball. I told you about Porcello's problem with the sinker. Tonight they sunk over the wall. And as Porcello gives way, Eddie Bonine comes into the game. He's 3-0, ERA 165. On for the 22nd time, all out of the bullpen. He's put together a very solid season.
Well, the birthday boy just 3 days ago, now 29 years old. Born in Columbus, Georgia. The Big Hurts, hometown. He's 6'5", 220 pounds. And the ninth man to come to the plate. Don't stop now. Juan Pierre is 0 for 2 twice. He has gone out to Guillen at second. Takes first pitch strike. There's another souvenir. Watch out. And the count 0-2. So Sully and Gordon's son at second base. And Bonine set for the 0-2 delivery. Outfield spread out about equidistant, slightly to the left. And you can visit the official online shop of the White Sox. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source. Shop at whitesox.com. As he gets him. 2 down. That'll bring up the man who started off this 6-run fourth, Omar, who singled back through the middle. And there's another single back through the middle. Here comes Gordon. He's being waved around. Jackson with the throw. He's safe, and it's an 8-1 ball game.
2 hits and a run batted in here in the fourth. And for Omar, he drives in his 7th. That's a way to keep it going. That one charged to Porcello. He's charged with 8 of them.
So the book is closed on Rick. 3 1/3. 7 hits. 8 runs earned. Alex singled and scored earlier this inning. And that's thrown away. 1-1 to count to Rios. And that's high in the center field. Austin Jackson. Can of corn for him. But a big crooked number goes up on that board. We'll go to the 5th, leading 8-1. Alex Avila leads it off, takes that pitch outside, and the count evens at 1. Avila went out to center field. Sox lead at 8-1 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Chasing Rick Porcello in the 4th.
There's another strike.
His final line, 3 1/3, 8 runs on 8 hits. No walks, no strikeouts.
Just got a piece of it. Eight, 9-0 for our guys. 1-5-1 for their guys. Tampa Bay thumping Toronto 10-1, bottom of the 6th in the Tropicana field. And that is fouled back. Bottom of the 4th, Milwaukee Cubs leading the Brew Crew 3-1. And we've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the friendly confines. Friday, we're going to run Jake Peavy out there. They're going to run Randy Wells. Saturday, they're going to run Mark Burley. They're going to run Carlos Silva. Sunday, Gavin Floyd against Ted Lilly. That ball hit deep in the right field. Back in front of the track, hauls it in, and that is out number 1. And Chicagoland viewers, how would you like to win $5 footlongs from Subway? Just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999 and go to WGNTV.com for complete information and rules. And I had one this morning at 11:15. Spicy Italian with lettuce, a lot of tomatoes, mayonnaise, all in vinegar, and heated up on the cheddar cheese bread as that's into right center field. And was it yum yum? Danny Worth now 0 for 2.
Freddie got out of a jam in the 3rd inning at 1st and 3rd. Desperately in need of a ground ball and got it off the bat of Rayburn, and it was a very quick 2 that was turned to get him out of the inning.
First pitch strike to Austin Jackson, who has popped to second and singled into left field. One and one to count to the 25-year-old rookie.
It's a good use of the glove.
That's just something popped in my head. The wimpy. The whimperoo. In the old ballpark, he was playing first base. I think it was an 83. High pop up. High sky day. Just chop foul. He goes over to foul territory. He's got his glove up. The ball comes down and hits him right on the beanie. Right on the top of the beanie, and the next day he came out wearing the glove on top of his head all day long.
That's a good look. A lot of people can't pull that off, but on her it looks good.
That's low and away and a full count. No walks. Johnny Damon on deck. That's into center field, and that's just a can of corn for Alex. He is there. 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway home, leading by 7. got to get our guys home with a victory tonight, and we also got to get these guys home with a victory tonight.
Well, so far our guys are looking pretty good, and the offense has come to play. 7 runs in the 4th inning. Now there's a good look. And a good mustache.
So here's Paulie. Paulie 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Hit one almost out of here. High off the wall in left field. Takes first pitch strike. All-speed pitch way inside. Another all-speed pitch, change up way out in front, and the count 1-2.
Last year, Bonine appeared in 10 games for the Tigers. 4 of them starts. In 08, he appeared in 5 games, all of them starts. This year, entirely out of the bullpen, he seems to have found a home there.
And there's a shot base hit right back through the middle. Well, he had a good start against us last year.
He did. Did very well.
And you can stop by the Comcast Fundamentals deck at U.S. Cellular Field for the ultimate game day experience. Visit the Comcast dugout to see official White Sox equipment, take photos next to life-size player cutouts, and listen to updates about the White Sox pitching staff on the Xfinity Voice dugout phone. All brought to you by Comcast. Carlos had a real good at bat last inning. Paulie was on second base, nobody out, and he was trying desperately to get him over. Finally, he got him over with a base hit right back through the middle. Breaking ball fair. And they turn it.
That was a nifty double play because Inge had to give some ground at third base. Wasn't as balanced as you'd like, but he's got a very strong arm. He got it across to Gian. He's just learning how to play second base. And Gian making sure that Paulie can't get a piece of him by throwing the ball right in the middle of his body, so Paul had to peel off.
That will get you down.
Down or out?
Either or. Kotsay. He had an RBI single and scored last inning.
Eddie Bonine probably had a chain around his neck break. Flips it to the trainer.
All right. That horn indicates 2-2. The Hawks and the Flyers. A lively crowd on hand tonight. As there's a strike and the count 0-2.
Well, we got a short turnaround for a day game tomorrow.
And there is another base hit for Kotsay. Mark.
Boys are swinging the bats tonight.
Hit number 11.
Taking another look at it as Mark Kotsay delivers hit number 2. This is a short breaking slider that Bonine did not get inside enough.
With a short, quick swing.
Mark has one of those. That's why he's been so successful career-wise as a pinch hitter. It's not easy to hit off the bench.
With a big swing, it's not.
No. Well, with a big swing, you can forget.
0-1 the count to Alexei, who's 1 for 2. Led off the third inning with a high home run in the left field. Checks it up and he takes ball 1. 1-1 the count. Out in front, hooks that one down past Jeff Cox.
And it made it an easy souvenir, although a fan fell over the seats to get it, but it hit high off the tarp and then took all the steam off it and popped it into the crowd. I think all things considered tonight, it's a very nice crowd. It's a beautiful night for baseball.
And the 1-2. Just got a piece of that one.
Well, there's a gigantic hole on the right side, but very rarely does Alexei go that way. That's why Guillen's playing him almost up the middle. Outfield exactly straight away.
Reaches that and around, hooks it. Hinge over to Cabrera, and that'll do it. We'll go to the 6th. 8-1. Good guy. One and 0 the count to Johnny Damon, leading off here in the top of the 6th. He has bounced back softly to Freddie and single. And there's another base hit. Damon has really hit us hard in his career. He's going to give it a go. And he's going to make it easily.
The only chance that we had was a good solid relay throw to Gordon Beckham. Once it airmailed Beckham and went to Ramirez, no chance to get Damon. Coast into third base. Johnny still has good wheels. They used to be great. He still runs well as Carlos gets to it. But you see the arc on that one. No chance at third.
So here's Rayburn. He is struck out and hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Can't get that. Damon, a lifetime .290 hitter against Sox pitching, with 13 homers and 67 RBIs.
And it's not like He can't play in big markets. He played in both Boston and New York.
And that's into the seats souvenir. So the count quickly 0-2. Well, Johnny is quite a player.
I've always found him to be a terrific guy.
He is. I've known him since he was in high school. He is a terrific guy. He's never changed. He's one of those guys that has never changed. Whether he's playing Kansas City, New York, Boston, didn't make any difference. He's the same. The 0-2 pitch. Checks it up. Takes ball 1. It's a good thing he can play baseball, though, and didn't try golf.
Wasn't that good at it?
He's terrible. But he has a lot of fun. This winter, he and AJ, myself and Casey were out. I really lost count about how many golf balls they lost. That's into left field, shallow. Now going back a little bit, but that'll get the job done. So Damon will score, and it's an 8-2 ball game.
Rayburn drives in his 8th. Didn't hit that ball particularly hard, but it keeps on going tonight.
Oh, floating back there, isn't it?
Yep. A lot deeper than thought. You can't tell by the sound because not much of a sound off the bat.
So here's Cabrera, 0 for 2. Takes it outside. And on tonight's home improvement from Menards, Miguel Cabrera is making a bid to become the American League's first Triple Crown winner since Carl Yastrzemski back in 1967. Troy Slugger ranks in the top 5 in batting average, homers, and RBIs. And for all your home improvement needs, shop and save big money at Menards.
Boy, they're going to probably pay double if you quit singing that song.
I'll really butcher it up next time, man. High foul. 1967, last Triple Crown win. Funny thing about it was Frank Robinson won the Triple Crown in 1966.
Little did anybody know at that point that it was a little more difficult than it appeared.
The 2-2. Vernon Bosch on deck. Sox with 8 runs on 11 hits. Tigers 2 runs on 6 hits. Tigers with 1 in the second. Sox 1 in the third. Sox with 7 in the fourth. And that's deep. It is 8-3. Number 18 for Cabrera.
and 53. This Tiger lineup has a lot of thunder in it.
Well, you just got to wonder a little bit if Freddie lost some of his intensity when at that 7 spot. You got to, which Freddie knows how. He's 42 games over in his career. He knows how to compete. So Bosch has homered into left center field, and then he was robbed of a home run on a nice catch by Juan Pierre. There's a strike and the count 2-1.
Outfield still playing Bosch as a pull hitter, despite the fact that he's hit 2 balls to left field. That's a product of Freddie consistently trying to stay away from it.
Three balls and a strike for the 25-year-old. And that's ball 4. So the triple by Damon, sacrifice fly by Raven, the homer by Cabrera, the walk to Bosch, and here comes Guillen, who's popped to second and singled sharply back through the middle.
Now Omar comes out to give a little pep talk to Freddie, telling him to get his concentration back. He's given back 2 of a 7-run lead that he had.
Carlos Guillen comes in, hitting at 290. Now at 294 with that 1 for 2, that single back in the 4th. Last night 3 for 5 with that home run, and had another 2-out RBI single in that game last evening. High chopper, foul. So the count 0-2.
See what Guillen has done career-wise against the Sox, and that's why when he was disabled when we were in Detroit, we want to get as many of those games in. We got 1 rained out, beat him 1 time. But lifetime Guillen has been very tough against us.
328 hitter lifetime. Yes, he did. Yes, he gone.
Like a changeup. Had Guillen way out in front of it. Bat goes way too far.
So just a second strikeout for Freddie, but a big out. And here's Inge. Inge had a little soft single in the 2nd inning. Then in the 4th, with Guillen aboard, hit a line shot in the left field. Looked like it was hooking away from Juan Pierre, who stayed with it and made a fine catch. And the count evens at 1. Into right field, can of corn for Carlos. But they pick up a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Sox lead it 8-3.
is today's Hit the Jackpot with Powerball contestants. If the White Sox hit a home run in the 6th inning, Adrian will win 100 chances to take home the Powerball jackpot. Tonight's jackpot is worth $28 million.
Three good guys here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's one of our heroes, Ramon Castro, that big 3-run homer in the 4th. That made it 7-1. We had another one. Made it 8-1, and they just picked up 2 in the top half of this frame. Jacks it up. He did not go. Well, Cleveland putting it on Boston. Top of the 9th inning, 11-0. Curveball strike. Yankees now leading Baltimore 3-2, top of the 8th at Oriole Park. Two and two, just off the corner. Top of the 8th in Tampa Bay, 10-1 Rays over Toronto. That's high, full count.
Gordon's in the on-deck circle, waiting for his opportunity.
Got him with a breaking ball outside corner, says Brian O'Nora.
Three-two hook. I think a pretty decent one.
Yeah. There's Beckham. He's 1 for 2, a double and a run scored in that 7-run 4th. Chops that one foul. Jeff Cox will make that play. Another breaking ball. Hinge. Now Worth. And he just does get it. Nice play by Danny Worth.
Usually when that gets by the third baseman, you've got no chance. But Worth got rid of it quickly. And they gunned down Gordon by about a half step. Those look like he might have even got a piece of the glove on it. Quick release. Just enough. Good call by Scott Berry.
And a little 3-hopper down again, so it didn't take long. 1, 2, 3. We're into the 7th, leading by 5. 8-3 Sox here in the top of the 7th inning. Alex Avila, Danny Worth, and Austin Jackson to face Freddie Garcia. That's into the LG Skyline Club seats.
Well, Freddie's doing tonight what he's done for the last couple of starts. This being the 3rd in a row where he's taken the game into at least the 7th inning. Saving that bullpen, and now the bullpen does start to get loose.
Chopper, and that's foul.
There you look at the numbers so far, pretty impressive. Only just the 1 walk.
1-2 pitch.
Sergio Santos throwing in the pen, just in case Freddie should have some problems.
And again the 1-2. He gone.
Tonight's U.S. Cellular Text Bowl question, believe in something better, is: are pitchers drafted from college more likely to make the major leagues than those drafted from high school? Text A for yes, B for no to 97999 and watch for the results later in the game.
Here's Danny Worth. He has popped to second and he has gone out to right. .24-year-old. Valencia, California. And some Tiger fans.
And the little one doesn't look too happy.
Looks like he's dead, doesn't he? Has popped up right side. Back up. 2 down. So nicely done. And now they go back to the top of the air order with Austin Jackson, who's 1 for 3. Hitting .318 as he stands up to that dish. Boy, what a catch he made in that Galarraga game. Breaking ball strike.
There's no doubt, and there's plenty of room to go get him in Detroit, Comerica Park. He's got tremendous range in center field.
Off the end of the bat, and that's a cued foul. So the count 0-2. Minnesota now leading Kansas City 4-2, top of the 7th at Target Field.
Somewhat hard to believe that Zen Greinke is now 1-8 for those Kansas Cities.
Two out, 1-2 the count. Johnny Damon on deck. Reach back. That one at 90.
He's reaching back to get about all he has at 90.
This will be pitch number 95. He gone. Fourth strikeout for Freddie, and another outstanding performance by the 33-year-old veteran right-hander Freddie Garcia. He leads it 8-3. Into the bottom of the 7th inning. Omar Vizquel, he has been a catalyst tonight. He started off that 7-run fourth. With a base hit. And then he got another base hit to drive in a run. So he's 2 for 3.
And I think that's going to be it for Freddie as the bullpen continues to work. And what another solid outing for Freddie Garcia, leaving just 6 outs to get with a 5-run lead at least.
And of course, with these 2 hits tonight, he has moved ahead of Lou Gehrig for 55th place as Omar Vizquel.
It's pretty impressive.
Better believe it. Especially when, like you and I, we saw him when he first started.
Yeah. Forget the 2,700 some odd hits. You were wondering if he'd get 700 hits.
Drops that one foul over into the Tiger dugout. JJ. One more. 2,722 hits. 2-2 the count. And a full count. There's a ball hit hard right at Bosch. And that's out number 1. And the Chicago Tribune ticket to summer giveaway. Win tickets to see the Sox host the Cubs June 25th, 6th, or 27th, right here at beautiful USA Field. So just look for the ticket to summer prize code inside your Tribune. Friday, June 11th, Sunday, June 13th. And look for more great prizes all summer long. Here's Alex. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Takes first pitch strike. Count evens at 1.
All 8 runs charged to the starter, Rick Porcello. Bonine has come in, given up a few hits, but hasn't been touched up for a run yet.
And the count 2-1. Freddie coming into this ball game, in case you weren't with us all the way, 17-6 lifetime against Detroit. There's a chopper, 3 hopper, 2 down. So here's Paulie. Paulie 2 for 3 with an RBI, his 42nd, and a run scored. Takes it right there. Breaking ball, that one just floats away. 8-11-0 for our guys, 3-7-1 for their guys. And that breaking ball called a strike. So now the count 1-2. With 2 down, Quentin on deck. Outfield spread out, just about straight away. Straightens him up a little bit for a 2-2 count here in the bottom of the 7th. Johnny Danks tomorrow afternoon against Max Scherzer. Finale of this 3-game set, then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from Wrigley Field against the Cubs. We're going to run Peavy, Burley, and Floyd out there in that series. They're going to run Wells, Silva, and Lilly. Payoff. That was a get me over breaking ball.
That was a pitch that Bonine likes the best. That's his curveball. Figured he could get it over the plate. He did, but that one came rolling up there.
He got away with a cookie.
Carlos waiting to see if Paul can keep it alive.
Took something off that one. And that'll do it. We're into the 8th. It is still an 8-3 Sox lead.
ERA 2.75 and shrinking with every outing, on for the 20th time. He's got 27 strikeouts and just 4 walks in 19 2/3 innings. Part of a flame-throwing bullpen.
Johnny Damon, Ryan Rayburn, and Miguel Cabrera. Eighth inning, 8-3 Sox. Damon is 2 for 3, a single, a triple, and a run scored. And another terrific performance by Freddie Garcia.
Freddie went 7 innings. He gave up 3 runs on 7 hits, just 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts.
And count 2-0. Damon, 36 years old, still plays like he's 26. I love his action at the plate. Most guys, to overcome the initial inertia, they do it with their hands. Damon does it with his feet. You got to have movement someplace. There's one. Ted Williams always said that. You got to have constant motion at the plate. It's 3-1. Jams him, pops him up. Omar, dig out, 1 down. You know, I played golf with Arnold for 40 years, Palmer, and you know how he started his swing? With his toes. Dug them in. Dug them right into his front of his shoes. That's how he started his swing. That was his trigger. There's a strike.
Never thought of that. Of course, then again, I couldn't play quite that well.
No.
Not many people could, actually.
No. But, you know, it's just like anything else. You've got to overcome that static start, that initial inertia. That's up high. The count evens at 1 to Rayburn. Some guys, they call it in baseball a hitch. The guys used to have too big of a hitch. And meanwhile, that hitch, Cooperstown's full of guys with huge hitches. That's a can of corn. 2 down. Rayburn now 0 for 3, but he does have a sacrifice fly. So here's Cabrera. He's 1 for 3. Cranked out his 18th homer in the 6th inning. That's his first hit against us this year. Of course, this is just the 3rd game, but he's 1 for 11.
Keeping him quiet is the key to beating this team.
And that's hard. One hopper. Nice inning for JJ. Nice pick by Paulie. 1, 2, 3. And it is still 8-3.
Out to WGNTV.com right now. Click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner to connect to all game stats and information while you're watching at home. The WGN Sports Game Zone at WGNTV.com is brought to you by Columbia College of Missouri. On-campus and online classes fit your schedule and your budget.
Carlos Quentin will start us off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He is 1 for 3, a single and a run scored. That coming back in the 4th. Takes a curveball strike from Eddie Bonine. He took over. Back in the 4th inning. Porcello started, went 3 1/3, and had a tough outing.
Bonine came out in the 4th and given up nothing.
No runs, 3 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Porcello, 8 runs earned, and 8 hits.
That ERA was up over 5 to begin with. It's probably going to go up over 6.
Well, you've seen it before, Stone Pony, as I have. As a young guy comes up with a good sinker. He's a young guy. He's got a good sinker. That's the reason he's in the big leagues. All of a sudden now, you know, he's 20, 21 years old, goes home, he grows.
That's it. Gets
stronger. He doesn't try to, it just happens. Comes back, and all of a sudden, as you mentioned with Porcello, he's throwing harder, but his ball's straighter now.
Yeah, that's been the big problem, and that's what they're trying to overcome, because you really never know what a guy's going to grow into when you bring him to the major leagues at 19, 20 years old. This guy got to the major leagues in a hurry.
That ball hit, get down. It will, thank you very much. David keeps it in front. Throw the leadoff single. And a reminder, United Airlines is a proud sponsor of the June 27th Sox game against the Cubs. White Sox Cubs, 1:05 p.m.
Arcatse's had a productive night. I think with 12 hits, the entire Sox offense has had a productive night.
I'll give you a couple examples of guys who were, when they first came up, were sinker ballers. Both with a White Sox uniform on at one point in their career. As Katse had to play left side. When the Goose first came up with the White Sox, he was more of a sinker ball pitcher.
Well, he was a starter.
Yeah, and he was throwing from down here, 3/4. All of a sudden now, later on in his career, when he got up on top, started throwing overhand with that 4-seam, he was throwing 100 miles an hour. And another guy that had fantastic stuff is Ed Farmio. When he joined us in Cleveland, he was just a baby. He was a sinker slider pitcher, throwing from down here, and all of a sudden now, by the time he got to the White Sox, he was right up over the top. And he was throwing in the mid-90s, 95, 96, 97, was one of the best curveballs in the game.
There's a look at Farmio.
He had some fantastic stuff.
As did a guy that I played with. Another guy threw from over the top. Bart Johnson.
Oh.
Boy, did he have nasty stuff.
Don't mention his name. Don't mention his name as Katse goes down, 1 out. Bart Johnson had one of the best right-handed arms I've ever seen.
Terrific.
And you know, I don't know if you heard, we just lost another friend and a guy who had a great right-handed arm, Jerry Stevens.
Yes, did hear that. Longtime scout.
Former teammate of mine and a terrific guy. But he threw in the mid to high 90s, Stevie did, and his ball was all over the place. Now Bart Johnson, what a right-handed arm. In fact, one of the last games I played before I retired mid-season in '71 was right here at the old ballpark at Comiskey Park, and he was pitching. First time up, he just blew me away with 3 fastballs. Next time I come to the plate, and I know I'm retiring because I've already announced, I'm going to retire about a week and a half later, 2 weeks later in Boston. Alexei can't get it. First 2 pitches in the second at bat, he threw 2 fastballs right by me. Then he had me 0-2 and hung me a slider. And I hit a rocket into left field for a base hit. And I get on first base and I look at him and I started screaming, "What in the H are you doing? What are you doing?" He's looking at me like, "What are you saying?" Ball in the dirt. There's the throw. No.
Here goes a wild pitch. Nice job by Avila trying to pounce on as quickly as possible and make it even a contest at second base. He blocks it nicely. Carlos in just ahead of the tag, as called by Phil Cuzzy.
Pick him up, Alexei. 2-2 the count. Lays off the breaking ball, so a full count with Ramon Castro on deck.
I remember we went to Baltimore when I played for the White Sox, and Bart came in the game, and they had Bart Meat Market Johnson, and I didn't know why they would call him that. Apparently, in a previous year, he had said that Earl Weaver couldn't manage a meat market. So that's what they called him in Baltimore.
And that's ball 4. Boy, White Sox had some arms. At one time they had Denny McClain, Bruce Howard, Bart Johnson. Terry Forster was just a year away. Goose was just a year or two away. And plus their major league stuff. They had to trade one of the two. They were going to trade Denny McClain, or they're going to trade Bruce Howard. And believe me, I played against both those guys. This is before they got to the big leagues. And you could see why they would trade Denny McClain, because Bruce Howard threw from over the top like Mel Stottlemyre, and he had a terrific sinker. But he hurt his elbow, and of course the rest was history with Denny, the last 30-game winner.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see another one anytime soon. Except for maybe Ubaldo Jimenez, who is 11-1 at this point for Colorado. Winning 30 is a little tough when you're getting 34 starts. But that's a great beginning. 1
out, 2 on. Ramon 1 for 3, a 3-run homer. There's a shot. That's a base hit. Get in that gap. Get by it. It won't. Bosch will get it in, but Carlos scores. Alexei in the third, and it's a 9-3. 4 RBIs, 4 big RBIs for Ramon.
Ramon came in with 4 runs batted in. He has now doubled his season output. Just takes his high fastball up and away and drives it to right center field. Bosch does a nice job of cutting it off, making sure that Alexei can't score and Ramon can't go to second, and that's going to be it for Eddie Bonine. ever pitched in the big leagues.
So that one by Gordon. He's 1 for 3. Had a double and a run scored back in the 4th inning. He is 27 years old, out of Taiwan. Not a big guy, 6 feet tall, 170 pounds.
Having a pretty good year, although control has been a factor.
One and one to count with 1 out, runners at the corners. Ramirez at third, Castro at first. And the count moves to 1 and 2 with Juan Pierre, the on-deck hitter. That's low. 2 and 2. Nine 13-0 for our guys. 3-7-1 for their guys. Checks it up in a full count. And the payoff pitch. That's fouled away. And a reminder that 70s night fireworks and 70s style tube socks presented by Maytag and Clorox Wednesday, June 23rd against the Atlanta Braves, 7:10 p.m. Now the first 10,000 fans will receive 70s styles tube socks from Maytag and Clorox. And that's ball 4. That will load him up. Juan looking for his first hit of the evening. He is 0 for 4. 3 times he has grounded out to second. And once he has struck out. So they're going to bring the corners in. Guillen in. And Worth halfway. That pitch inside.
5 different guys have runs batted in tonight. And Juan would love to join the party.
Just tuning in. 2 home runs for our guys. Alexei leading off the 3rd, and a 3-run shot in the 4th by Ramon Castro. Yes, he did. And they call it a strike. So the count 1-1.
Pretty good numbers with the bases loaded.
Just fouled. Dadgummit. Just fouled. So the count 1-2.
That one would have scored Ramon from second base, and that's a good trick.
Also a reminder, you can enter the Gordon Beckham sweepstakes presented by Remington. All the good folks at Remington for the chance to win 4 Diamond Suite tickets to the July 5th game against the Angels. Also an opportunity to throw out the ceremonial first pitch and a pregame photo with Gordon Beckham. Visit WhiteSox.com from now to June 20th for more details and to enter for your chance to win. And another foul ball. Sacks packed with socks. And that's going to fall for a base hit. That is so sweet. So that's going to score one. Bosch will get it back in. And it's a 10-3 game.
Now, every Sox hitter in the lineup has at least one hit. And 6 of the guys have at least one run batted in. Ron took that sweeping breaking ball and just dropped it into right field.
So here's Vizquel. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. And has moved ahead of Lou Gehrig for 55th place all time in hits. Way outside. Final from Tampa Bay. 10-1 Rays over Toronto. David Price, the winner. That's trouble. That's trouble off the top of the fence right there. So Pierre in the third. Omar on the double. 2 more across the plate, and it is 12-3. Omar Vizquel had been swinging that bat.
That gives him 9 runs batted in, 3 tonight. And he's 3 for 5. Omar crushes a low fastball. Thought he had hit it out of the park. Came very close to doing just that. It's 12-3.
So both walks this inning have come around. And here's Brent Lillibridge hitting for Alex Rios, who was 1 for 4. That ball hit deep into center field. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! A bomb off the bat of Brent Lillibridge. And it is 15-3. Mercy.
That could very well be the hardest ball he's ever hit. That ball got up into the foliage.
That is his second major league home run.
He's got a huge smile on his face, as you would expect. He got every ounce of that. Just his second at bat since being called back from the minor leagues.
So here's Paulie. Oh, man.
High fastball.
Look at him. He goes right into his stride.
When you get it this good.
Yeah, but I mean, that's for your second home run in the major leagues. He knew it.
Told you it was a lively night at the park.
Yeah. That's blowing away in the count 2-0. Paulie's 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. 15-16-0 for us. 3-7-1 for them. Takes a strike and the count 2-1. So for the second time, we hit around in an inning. Did it in the 4th, scored 7. And did it here in the 8th with 7.
Two 7-run innings in the same week is something. In the same game is highly unusual. But it appears to be knee against the world because nobody's warming up. So Jim Leyland's going to give him every opportunity to get out of this inning.
He just missed that one. High. Rayburn makes the catch and foul ground. So there's out number 2. And here comes the man who started this inning off with a single. Carlos Quentin, he's 2 for 4. A couple of runs scored. Mully's happy.
I would assume he'd be very happy.
It's been a long time since I said that. No, June 9th? Come on. To another count. And that's popped up. Alex Avila gets rid of that mask. Got to play. Makes it. But another big crooked number goes up on that board. A 7 spot again, and it's 15-3 White Sox.
Takes over in center field. And Randy Williams on the hill at 0-1, ERA 5.24, on for the 24th time.
Brennan Bosch will lead it off. He's 1 for 2, cranked out his 7th homer. That was in the 2nd inning. Then in the 4th inning was robbed of another homer on a beautiful timing catch by Juan Pierre, going up and bringing it back in the park. And the 1-1 pitch. And there's a base hit in the center field.
Let's take a look at the text results. We asked you earlier, are pitchers drafted from college more likely to make the major leagues than those drafted from high school? Yes, 27%. No, 73%. The no's are wrong. But thanks for playing.
Carlos Guillen. One for three. A single back in the fourth. Guillen popped the second, then that single, then he was struck out on a check swing back in the sixth inning. And make your plans to be with us. What will be the rubber match of this three-game set? Tomorrow afternoon, 1:05 start. Johnny Danks against Max Scherzer. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, taking on the Cubs at their place. Big hack, he gone. One out. Just tuning in, Freddie Garcia once again.
Gerald, come back.
Good game,
to Texas,
Freddie.
baby. Come
7
on.
innings, 3 runs, 7 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He's going to pick up his 6th victory.
He's going to be 6-3.
Brandon Inge takes first pitch strike. And that Cubs series Friday, that game will be over WGN. Jake Peavy against Randy Wells. On Saturday, Mark Burley against Carlos Silva, and that game will be over Fox. And then on Sunday, Gavin Floyd, who really pitched well last night, going 6 innings, giving up just 1 run, 6 hits, 8 strikeouts. He'll be up against the southpaw Ted Lilly, and that game will be over ESPN. Minnesota now leading Kansas City 6-2, top of the 9th at Target Field. Inge 1 for 3. But he was robbed of a base hit on another good play by Juan Pierre in left as the count moves to 3-1. No walks. Gerald Laird has come out to hit for Alex Avila. High pop up.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Nobody was near Alexi. He called for it. And then well, he made the catch. Bit of an adventure, but very effective.
So here we go. 1 on, 2 out here in the top of the 9th. Tigers trail it 15-3. Takes ball 1. Brown Nora's had a good game behind the plate.
Cole Cruz had a very good game. Haven't been a whole lot of close calls.
There's the strike. And the count 1-1. Well, lately we've had some.
Texas, Gerald.
Jerry Crawford had a good game last night. I know he lost it 7-2. And they're down to their last bullet. 1-2 the count. In that Cleveland series, that was a well umpired series. It's good to see. He gong, and this ball game is over. So the Sox square up this series at a game apiece. They win it 15-3. Scored 7 in the fourth, 7 in the eighth. And we'll be back.